Hi, I'm RC Jim, and yes, it's a cold and rainy day, and a great time to be working out here in the garage. Well, we're working on the MX2 right at the moment, and with the MX2, we got these big, tall landing gear, you know, nice carbon fiber, but as you look at the prop, I mean, the prop is way down here, we got it way up there. And you think landing on a rough grass field, when this hits something up here, the amount of force pushing backward with such a narrow supporting bit. Now it does have not just the width of this tiny little landing gear bit here, it's got a little bit of plastic in there, but still it's that wide as compared to 2.5 times, maybe 3 times that height to get up to where the force is being applied. And you can see how all the paint is busted off here and whatever. And this is actually angled back a tiny bit from what it was. So I got to thinking that I have these landing gears sitting in the shed. And it gives me a little bit wider and a little bit lower and a wider base. And I might extend that with a bit of plywood to even give it more support back there. If I wanted to, I could even flatten it out more. You know, we got lots of clearance there. You know, I could come down another 1/2 inch or so, make it a little bit wider. So we're going to play around with this and see what we can do. So what we're going to do here is just looking at the plane, I would say, let me just measure over here again. That's about 125 to the axles. Similar size wheels. Okay, so it's 125, so this is down at about 95. But I think we can get by with, let's say, 80 to the axles. Okay, so you can bring that down 15. So I'm going to do some bending, and then I'll check to make sure I've got around about 80 here. Just looking at our plane here, it's very solid foam underneath there, which is just extending back from that. It's got something all the way back to here, but you can see how that is just pushing down into there. So I think I'd like to get it back a fair ways back here. So let's say we make our plywood 3 inches, 75 millimeters. To get it back a little bit short of that. That'll give this whole area here the ability to help support some of it. And then we'll probably fill it with a bit of Gorilla Glue underneath here to fill in that gap to help it use that as well for support. So we'll get this off and we'll use this to locate our holes. Yeah, it wouldn't hurt to have the thing a little bit farther forward. With this thing like this, it wants to nose over. And that's partly due to the height of this and partly due to the fact that it's sort of taken a set farther back. We've made our little plywood panel to go on there like so. We've got our holes machined in this where we want them to go. We'll do a trial fit to make sure that things are going to fit. And that's all looking fine. Yeah. Coming back to where we want it. Okay, so the trial fit is all good. Now with non-porous surfaces, you spray Gorilla Glue. You spray water on whatever Gorilla Glue is on. This is porous, that isn't, so we get by without it. But just be on the safe side. Bit of a spray of water. I'm mainly wanting the glue build up here just for something to push on, but it won't hurt to have a little bit all over. Gorilla Glue will expand to be very much like the foam itself, and where it's constrained to be in one place, it will stay put and just form denser bubbles, which is basically what we're after. I'm not gluing this to that. It's not necessary. I just have this bolted. That way we can also remove this if we need to do some straightening or anything like that. Got foam in between the thing that the nuts are in and the this end of the nut. We need to be careful. We don't want to squish it too much. Okay, and then with the Gorilla Glue, should it decide to seep out, I want to have it stay in there. So our approach with that is to put some tape along the join to force the glue to stay in. And it's amazing that it doesn't take an awful lot to make that happen. We just tape the edges, and unfortunately with this plane, the tape is going to pull off the paint. Something, I don't know what they make these things out of, but this particular model of plane has got foam that does not like to stick to paint. Or paint does not like to stick to that foam. I can't do much about underneath these, but I can get it across the front there. Okay, so we will now let that cure and get back to one of our other projects. As we're waiting for the glue to set here, I decided to go ahead and put the wheels on. And it's interesting to compare the height of the old landing gear with the new ones. Pretty big difference between the wheels there. And we could really go a lot less. I mean, the prop is down in here someplace, so that thing can nose over a fair ways before the prop's going to hit the ground. But anyway, I'm pleased with that. We have this extra support back here that should help keep that foam going a little bit longer and handle some of my less than perfect landings. Well, our MX2 is all ready to go again, and now with a very appropriate height in terms of the wheels for the prop and all the rest of it, and I think done in such a way that, yeah, I think it's going to do the job. Well, thank you for watching. Trust that this has been helpful to you. If you haven't subscribed already, make sure you do that. Just click on my little picture there in the circle. And of course, if you want to have a look at some other videos on the site, I think you'll find some things of great interest to you. So I'm RC Jim signing off. You have a great day and enjoy your flying.